Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Julie-Anne Thorne, and I'm a holistic cat practitioner. Every week, I go live with my boy Leo, and I share with you his words of wisdom. I'm an empath, so I can feel into and find his vibration to share his words. He's also got a baby brother called Baby Max. And this is the photo that I wanted to use today. This wasn't the photo that I was drawn to, and I'll share that in just a second. I wanted to share this one because you can actually see the boys a little bit more. So you can see, if I zoom in a little, this is Leo with a normal, let me rephrase that. This is Leo with a non-poofy tail, and this is baby Max, who you can't quite see, has a very, very floofy tail. This wasn't the photo that they wanted to use, but I wanted to use this one because it means you can see their face and you can see their eyes and you can see that they're actually different cats. However, they did not want that picture. So they wanted this picture. Okay, bear with me. Okay. Let me just check you guys can see that. So they just look like two little blobs. So Leo is the one with the tipped ear and baby Max is the one with a really fluffy tail. So this picture, you can't really see much, and I wanted you to be able to see their beautiful faces. However, when I opened up the folder of the boys and the pictures that I have of them, this was the photo that I was instantly drawn to. And then my head overthought it. My head was like, well, people can't see their face. They can't see their eyes. There's not really much to look at. So I got the first picture up. And I was sat here and I thought, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right to connect with my boys through this picture. So this is the one that we're using. And actually it does feels more aligned. Normally, I do lessons from Leo. So I go live every week and share with you his words, as I've said. Occasionally, very, very rarely, we've had baby Max as in replacement of Leo or instead of Leo. Yeah, this week, they wanted to both be here. So it's a little unsettling for me to have them both in the same picture because they have very, very different energy, very different energy. And it's always interesting for me to see and to feel how that shows up. So I tried to connect with one and then connect with the second. And somehow that just doesn't feel like it's going to happen today. So without further ado, give me a second for me to come into my heart space and come out of my head where I'm thinking all of this through, to come into my heart space to receive them and to see what they have to share with you. So just give me a moment. So already I can feel Leo. Okay. The first thing he says is we are all connected, which I know he said before. And I don't control what he shares with me. So if it's the same message as we've had in a previous lesson, we're not getting it. We're not receiving the lesson. Okay, let me just get my picture. There we go. Okay. You see us as separate, yet we are just one. Oh, this is really fascinating. So Leo is very wise, very not thick, but very, very wise energy, very kind of dense in the sense that it's not heavy as in oppressive. It's grounded and it's wise and it's peaceful and it's known. Baby Max is the opposite. Baby Max is always about joy, and his vibration feels so much higher, like it's just moving and vibrating so much quicker. And yet I can feel them both. I can feel that the words that are coming through have so much meaning and depth to them, which feels like Leo's energy, yet the lightness to it is playful. It's baby Max. I may not be articulating myself particularly well. And as I said to my Soul-Led Guardian program participants, we're not taught, it's not a skill that we've learned in terms of how to verbally express energy. We are conditioned to tune out our intuition, to come from our logical minds, to think things through. We aren't always supported or nurtured in terms of leaning into energy and expressing how that feels for us. So forgive me if I feel like I'm a little bit stumbling with my words. It's because I'm trying to find the right word to express the feelings and sensations that I'm experiencing. And if you have this, it's okay. Leaning into energy work is a muscle, it's something that we have to practice. We need to work with it and lean into. Okay. It's really interesting because what I see in my mind's eye is baby Max kind of bouncing around and playing around, and Leo just sat almost like a kind of Buddha-esque type cat. You just, with life kind of going on around him. And it's interesting because that's very much a duality that I experience in myself. It's not just like the head and the heart, the doing and the being. There is the common sense things that we do, the jobs, the housework, etc. And then there is the piece about nurture. This is the module we've just got to in the Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program that I run. And it's all about nurture. How do you nurture yourself? Like, how do you nurture yourself? What do you do to honor your needs, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, and your spiritual well-being? I feel like we can spend a lot of time in one space more than the other. And I feel that's why the boys are here today, to kind of remind us all that, excuse me, there is always a duality to things, night and day, seasons, weather, ourselves. And to see them both together, and again, not be able to see their faces, it's more about feeling, right? So what are you feeling today? I had a walk with my sister a week or so ago, and I said to her how I was petrified about something that was coming up, but also ridiculously excited. And I was like, how fascinating is that, to have such a sense of fear and such a sense of joy in the same, literally like the same moment. It wasn't like I felt one and then the next. It was like together. That's how I felt in the moment. So, emotions aren't linear. Energy isn't linear. But I think the message from the boys today is about feeling it all. It's not about being stuck in your head or coming into your heart, which I do talk about a lot. Their message is around, what are you receiving right now? What is going on for you? Like you, the human watching this, or the cat maybe. What are you experiencing? Because just like with the boys now, there is such a sense of peace from Leo and such a sense of joy and playfulness from baby Max. It's about honoring who you are. Yeah. Okay. So they say, like, it's about honoring who you are. It's about looking at yourself and embracing every part of you. Those that are gnarly, those that you don't like so much. Learn to accept, learn to love, learn to find a space where you can grow into those places. They're also sharing about the fact like their coat is so different. Their coats are very, very different. It's a shame you can't see Leo's tail here. In fact, did I have it on the next picture? No. Their tails are very, very different. Leo is short-haired, and from baby Max's tail here, he looks like he should be like a Maine Coon type cat, and he's not. He is fluffy, but not as fluffy as those types of cats. So like their tails are completely different. Yet they're exactly the same because they're a tail. They're the same kind of length. And for them, it's about sharing with you that things may look different, but actually we are all light inside. We are all connected. We are all beings of divinity. And if we get stuck looking at the outside and get stuck in one space, like one energy, one emotion, like that's okay. But you get to choose. You get to choose how you feel. You get to choose which parts of you embrace and accept. You get to choose how and when you nurture yourself. And the message from the boys today is really about that. It's about understanding like where you are. If you're struggling right now, what can you do to show yourself a little bit of love or compassion? How can you find a bit of faith or a bit of hope? What can you do when you look in the mirror to appreciate the beautiful being that you are? Their personalities are very, very different. Very, very different. And yet they're showing me, like, but they are one. Now, obviously, they're two different cats in this kind of 3D realm. But in a way, this is fascinating. In a way, they are one because they're my boys, they're my babies, they're my charges, if you like. You know, I'm their guardian, I'm not their owner. I guard them, I feed them, keep them safe, etc. And in that kind of commonality is the space where they're one. They are my charges, they are my gifts, they are my teachers. And although I see them as separate, there is an element here for me to accept that they are as they are. I don't know if this makes any sense. I don't feel like I'm receiving this very well. So, boys. Okay. So they're sharing with me, it's about the energy. It's about helping you guys to understand that it's about feeling and noticing what you feel, noticing what you experience. I can't put my finger on who's saying what, and it's not actually that constructive. No, that's not the right word. It's not that here we go. It's not that defined. It's not like Leo says this, baby Max says that. It's about feeling, excuse me, and sensing into their energy of the being that is them. So I don't know if this has made any sense to you. I need to go back and watch it. I don't feel like I've fully been kind of conscious receiving this from them. I know there was something about nurturing in there. So, you know, I can't even think of a question to ask you all. How fascinating is that? So I hope that you've enjoyed this week's lessons from Leo with a guest of baby Max. Please listen to what they said, honor their words, see how it resonates for you. I need to watch it back to see how it resonates for me. And if there are questions in amongst the video that I've shared that encourage you or inspire you, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this moment with them. I'm grateful to be able to receive them, and I'm grateful that they've changed and impacted you. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please drop a comment below and let me know what your takeaway has been or how it has impacted your day. I love to hear how my boys have affected and changed the world. My mission is giving cats a voice. And when I do this every week, like I said, primarily with Leo, I'm giving him a voice, but I also hope I'm giving you a voice by giving you the opportunity to be able to find a little reflection and see how you can take your growth to the next step. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.